As men age, the once effortless and comforting act of self-pleasure can start to feel rushed, disconnected, or even frustrating. The body undergoes subtle yet profound changes over time, and what worked seamlessly in your 30s or 40s may no longer align with your needs in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Yet society rarely discusses the private routines men carry into their later years, especially when it comes to masturbation, a topic shrouded in silence despite its deeply personal and natural role in a man's life. Far from being trivial, self-pleasure in older age is not only normal, but can be vital for maintaining physical health, mental clarity, emotional balance, and even confidence in intimate moments. The key lies in approaching it with mindfulness and awareness. Unfortunately, many older men unknowingly cling to outdated habits or misconceptions that diminish the experience, reduce sensitivity, and in some cases contribute to long-term dysfunction. By exploring common missteps, backed by insights from medical professionals and men's health experts, and offering practical ways to address them, this discussion aims to help men reclaim this personal practice with respect, wisdom, and renewed vitality. If this resonates, consider leaving a comment to share your thoughts or suggestions for improvement. Let's dive into the first common oversight. One of the most pervasive myths older men encounter is the belief that abstaining from ejaculation, often called semen retention, will somehow amplify energy, elevate testosterone levels, or sharpen mental focus. This idea, rooted in ancient philosophies and amplified by modern internet culture, oversimplifies the body's complex biology. While short-term abstinence might lead to temporary hormonal fluctuations, the notion that withholding ejaculation indefinitely unlocks superhuman vitality lacks scientific grounding. Decades of clinical research and the expertise of men's health specialists paint a different picture. The male body is designed for regular release. Suppressing this natural function, particularly after age 60, can lead to physical discomfort, pelvic congestion, mood instability, and even heightened risks of prostate-related issues. These aren't minor inconveniences, but significant concerns for men aiming to sustain long-term wellness. Doctors specializing in aging and men's health emphasize that moderate mindful ejaculation supports multiple aspects of well-being. It helps regulate hormone levels, promotes prostate health by reducing stagnation, alleviates physical tension, and enhances sleep quality. Conversely, prolonged abstinence in pursuit of mythical benefits often leads to frustration, irritability, and a growing disconnect from the body's natural rhythms. Self-pleasure isn't about exerting control or proving restraint. It's about listening to what your body needs and honoring its natural cadence. Think of it as akin to daily stretching or mindful breathing, a practice of maintenance rather than indulgence. When approached with intention, it becomes a grounding ritual that nurtures not just the body, but also the mind and spirit. If you're still holding on to the idea that withholding ejaculation equates to strength, it might be worth reflecting on other outdated beliefs that could be limiting your experience. Another common misstep is relying on the same technique every time. There's comfort in familiarity, especially in a practice that may have been consistent for decades. However, using the same hand, grip, pressure, or rhythm repeatedly can work against you as you age. The body adapts to repetitive stimuli, and over time, this can lead to desensitization, delayed climax, or difficulty experiencing pleasure in other contexts, such as with a partner. This isn't just a physical issue, it can erode confidence and create a sense of disconnection from intimacy. Men may find themselves questioning their virility or feeling frustrated when moments that once sparked joy now feel lackluster. The solution lies in embracing variety. Switching to your non-dominant hand, experimenting with different pressures, or exploring new rhythms can reawaken the nervous system and keep the brain engaged. Small changes can prevent the body from becoming overly accustomed to a single pattern, preserving sensitivity and enhancing the overall experience. For some, incorporating safe, age-appropriate tools designed for comfort can further enrich the practice. These aren't replacements for natural touch, but enhancements that adapt to the body's evolving needs. This approach isn't about chasing novelty for its own sake, it's about ensuring that your experience evolves alongside your body. Just as you might vary exercises to keep muscles strong, Diversifying your approach to self-pleasure keeps the experience vibrant and responsive. However, even variety won't fully counteract the effects of another common habit: rushing through the process. Many men develop the habit of quick, discreet self-pleasure in youth, often driven by limited privacy or time constraints. While this may have been practical in earlier years, carrying this rushed approach into later life can diminish the experience. Hurrying through self-pleasure turns it into a mechanical task focused solely on release, stripping away the deeper, more nourishing sensations the body is still capable of. For men over 60, this haste can reduce sensitivity, dull pleasure, and create a sense of detachment. The body needs time to build arousal gradually, and the mind benefits from settling into the moment. Racing to the finish line bypasses the journey, leaving the experience feeling flat or unfulfilling. Slowing down transforms everything. By pausing, breathing deeply, and focusing on the sensations, you allow pleasure to unfold naturally. This isn't about prolonging the act for the sake of duration, but about rediscovering the richness of the experience. Mindful touch can awaken nerve endings that have gone dormant, reconnecting you to your body in a way that feels alive and present. This practice mirrors meditation or yoga, less about performance and more about presence. For older men, this shift can restore a sense of intimacy with themselves, fostering emotional grounding and physical relaxation. It's a reminder that pleasure isn't just about the end point, but about savoring the process. Yet even a slower pace won't unlock the full potential of the experience if you're focusing on only one part of the body. Many men treat self-pleasure as a singularly focused act, centering solely on the genitals and overlooking the rest of the body's capacity for sensation. However, the entire body is a network of nerve endings waiting to be explored. Areas like the neck, chest, abdomen, inner thighs, and even the scalp or feet can amplify pleasure when included with intention. Ignoring these zones limits the experience to a narrow scope, missing out on the emotional and physical depth that comes from engaging the whole body. For men over 60, incorporating broader touch through gentle stroking, light massage, or even temperature play can rekindle a sense of connection not just to arousal, but to the self as a whole. This isn't about being overly experimental. It's about recognizing that your body is a system, not a single part. Activating more areas stimulates the nervous system, deepens emotional awareness, and enhances the overall experience. For example, men who explore the perineum or include light touch across the chest often report a more complete, satisfying connection to their bodies. This approach requires no rush, just a willingness to go deeper, to treat the body as an interconnected whole. But even as you expand your approach, there's a practical factor that can significantly affect comfort and enjoyment, one that many men overlook. As the body ages, natural moisture levels in the skin decrease, and what once felt smooth may now feel rough or irritating. Despite this, many older men continue to masturbate without lubrication, often out of habit or a belief that it's unnecessary. This oversight can lead to increased friction, micro tears in delicate skin, and a gradual loss of sensitivity. These effects aren't always immediately noticeable, but can accumulate over time, diminishing the quality of the experience. Introducing a quality lubricant, however, can make a dramatic difference. It reduces discomfort, enhances smoothness, and preserves sensitivity, making the act more enjoyable and less taxing, especially for men with joint stiffness or reduced dexterity. Using lubrication isn't a sign of weakness, it's a practical choice, akin to using ergonomic tools or supportive footwear to accommodate the body's changes. It can restore sensations that have faded and align the experience more closely with the natural feel of partnered intimacy. For many, it's a simple yet transformative step that makes self-pleasure more accessible and satisfying. Yet, even with the right techniques and tools, a deeper barrier often persists: the emotional weight of shame or guilt. For many men over 60, attitudes about self-pleasure were shaped in environments where sex was rarely discussed openly, and masturbation was often stigmatized. These early influences can linger, manifesting as subtle feelings of guilt or a need to rush through the act as if it's something to hide. Even when men intellectually understand that self-pleasure is natural and healthy, these emotional undercurrents can rob the experience of its potential for peace and connection. Carrying shame transforms what could be a grounding, healing practice into something fraught with tension or judgment. The truth is that self-pleasure, when approached mindfully, is a legitimate and valuable act of self-care. Studies show that older adults who engage in it experience improved mood, reduced stress, better sleep, and increased confidence. These benefits, however, are diminished when guilt lingers. Releasing this emotional baggage requires reflection. Where did these feelings originate? Are they truly yours? Or were they inherited from cultural or familial discomfort? By reframing self-pleasure as a moment of self-respect and care, men can transform it into a source of emotional grounding and even spiritual renewal. It's not about indulgence, but about honoring the body's needs at every stage of life. Even with emotional barriers addressed, one final mistake often goes unnoticed: ignoring tools and enhancements designed for aging bodies. As sensitivity decreases and physical dexterity changes, relying on the same manual techniques from decades past may no longer suffice. Yet many men hesitate to explore tools like soft silicone sleeves, ergonomic grips, or gentle massagers, often due to pride, embarrassment, or lack of awareness. These tools aren't gimmicks. They're practical adaptations, much like glasses for reading or supportive chairs for comfort. They reduce strain, enhance sensation, and make the experience more accessible, especially for those with joint issues or reduced grip strength. Embracing these tools isn't about replacing natural touch, but about expanding possibilities. They can awaken new sensations, reduce effort, and make pleasure feel easier and more fulfilling. For many men, trying a tool designed for their needs reveals a level of comfort and satisfaction they hadn't anticipated. It's a reminder that intimacy evolves, and adapting to those changes is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. By combining these practical adjustments with a shift in mindset, men can transform self-pleasure into something far more meaningful. The most profound change comes not from techniques or tools, but from how you approach the act itself. After 60, self-pleasure isn't about chasing the intensity of youth. It's about honoring the present. It's about listening to your body's current needs, not its past demands. By letting go of myths, embracing variety, slowing down, engaging the whole body, using lubrication, releasing shame, and exploring tools, you create a practice that is both physically satisfying and emotionally enriching. This isn't just about physical release, it's about clarity, confidence, and connection to yourself. This journey is an invitation to reimagine self-care. It's about moving from secrecy to self-respect, from routine to ritual. Pleasure doesn't fade with age, it evolves, becoming deeper and more meaningful when approached with intention. Men in their 60s and beyond have earned the right to an experience that reflects their wisdom and vitality. It's not about proving anything, but about reclaiming a sense of aliveness. The rewards, greater physical comfort, emotional balance, and confidence, extend beyond the act itself, influencing how you move through life. This is your body, your time, and your right to feel whole. Start now, not later. Reflect on one change you can make today, whether it's slowing down, trying a new approach, or letting go of old beliefs. Share your thoughts or insights in the comments. Your voice matters. By taking these steps, you're not just enhancing a private moment, you're embracing a fuller, more connected version of yourself, one that deserves dignity, respect, and joy at every stage.